Well, let's take a step further from that, because let's get closer to the complainant. During the evidence in chief of the complainant, we had so much about the concept of the fact that you are a judge president, power relations between you and someone who's either not a judge or not your age or not a judge president or a clerk. In those parts, you are a judge. And there's a theory that a person who's as old as you, who's a judge president, as you are, who's a judge, cannot and should never seek to have a romantic relationship with a person of a lower class, age, status, category at work, or with less than you do. Could you favor the tribunal with your answer to these questions?
That is a notion that is hard to fathom. The notion that a judge cannot have affection. I just say affection, or may not be interested in somebody. I believe that there's a fallacy when it comes to that. I think what is important is to view people as adult individuals. They are free to engage in whatever form of relationship as long as there's mutual consent. Your question was a bit lengthy. You mentioned something about age. When it comes to age, all I can say is I would never query a woman who is older than a man in a relationship. I would never query a man who is much older than the female party in a particular relationship. I don't want to say age is a number. All I need to say is what is important is that the adults that I've just mentioned are free to engage in whatever relationship they would like to, for as long as they are adults.
What is your response to the theory that you are a judge president or you are a judge, you should not seek to have any romantic engagement with someone below your class?
This thing about class distinction during this age and era is something that I look down upon. I don't believe that a JP, when it comes to engaging in whatever relationship, they are confined to persons of the same class. They are human beings, and they are judges in any event. Let me rather not even say anything. Let me just mention it in passing. I know of judges who married their secretaries in this country. Heavens did not fall.
Well, the answer will be two wrongs don't make a right.
I don't believe that there was anything wrong.
Right. Let's come again to the entire concern that has been a running theme about this. That this entire case concerns a rather painful saga of sexual harassment, as described in legal terms, objectification of women, and maybe a humiliating experience both you and the complainant may have gone through. Let's get to the meat of it. Your flirtatious, salacious conversations with the complainant, how do you describe them? What were they and what was their purpose?
It is indeed true that it came to pass that I became interested in relating with the complainant. And I don't believe, can you just ask the question once again, because the nub of it I just want to follow.
Is what was the purpose of the conversations?
The purpose of the conversation, firstly, flirtation, the way I understand it. Flirtation is actually a playful way of interacting with someone that you are interested to have a relationship with. So flirtation is a playful way, informal, where you interact with someone that you are interested in, and this is what happened in this instance.
Yes. Mr. Matanzala's obsession with tea tells me that it's 11. Chair, I don't know whether this is the right time to adjourn.
Maybe let me, if Chair can allow me, just to round off my answer.
Yes.
I'm a member of the judiciary. The complainant is a member of the executive arm in that she's employed in terms of the Public Service Act. I am not her supervisor. I am not an employer. I am not an employee. Members of staff under the OCJ as a department have their terms of employment, terms and conditions of employment regulated by the Public Service Act, which doesn't apply to me. You may listen to the rhyme and rhythm as I talk about this, but I'm just mentioning it purely at the level that things are just like that. I'm a member of the judiciary. I'm not the supervisor. I will elaborate on this when we resume, if need be.
Thank you, Chair. Because I'm going to move to the next theme, I would think this is the appropriate time to adjourn with your leave.
It is. We'll come back at 20 past.
Thank you, Chair.